When I first entered social justice and education class, I had hoped to gain a broader understanding of social issues and how they are addressed in the educational world. We discussed many issues surrounding racism, classism, religious oppression, and ableism, and I am now able to recognize these forms of oppression in the way they manifest themselves in the educational field. It was very interesting to hear the perspectives and experiences that differ from my own thinking and experiences. The place this occurred the most was during the panels. The panel created a safe space for people to share their stories and explain to the group how a specific form or forms of oppression affected them personally. I think it was important to have the panel sessions because we got a chance to hear real-life experiences with the different forms of oppression we were discussing during class. It made these types of oppression more real when you had a person sitting in front of you telling you that this was their experience and this is how a particular form of oppression affected them specifically. One major understanding I gained during the semester that interested me the most was the idea of religious oppression as a whole. I never looked at myself as privileged in my religion. But during one of the panels, the panelists discussed how people of non-Catholic religions are oppressed because their holidays do not get nearly the same recognition as the Catholic holidays do. People of non-Catholic religions know exactly when the Catholic holidays are. They know to say Merry Christmas or Happy Easter, but the majority of Catholics, including myself, do not typically know when Catholic holidays fall, and in addition, they do not know the proper greetings for them. I think a solution to this is education. Educating ourselves on holidays that differ from our own, educating ourselves on the basic meanings of these holidays, and being respectful of the fact that all people do not celebrate Catholic holidays. Education is one of the best ways to combat religious oppression. Hearing real-life examples of oppression was most helpful to me in understanding the manifestation of oppression in society. The real-life examples and stories help me become more personally connected to the issues because they become more accessible and not so distant as they do when you're reading a textbook. My instructor Marjorie had an interesting view on certain issues because she experienced them herself. I believe Marjorie mentioned that she was from Peru a few times during class, and she herself encountered many forms of oppression when she came to America with her family. I think having an instructor who dealt firsthand with these issues of oppression pushed my learning and provided a perspective and outlook toward the issues we discussed in class. The first assignment we did, the Identity Mosaic, provided me information about myself and my social identity, and it forced me to think about the ways I would identify myself. Also, our midterm in autoethnobiography helped me understand my identity because I was given the opportunity to explore my heritage and think critically about my family and where I come from. It made me appreciate the things I have and recognize that my family was built from the ground up. I have come to understand the idea of white privilege and how it exists in the world, especially in the United States. I now understand my own privilege as a white woman in the United States, and I understand that even day-to-day life and opportunities come easier to white people than they do for people of color. I am more aware of the oppression and how the way oppression manifests itself in everyday life. And in addition to that, this class made me more appreciative of the things I have, the place I live, and the support system I have around me. And I would recommend this class to anyone interested in ideas of oppression and social justice and how we can make the world a better place.